Hello and welcome to another video. This will be another Larry's Lounge reaction. This one is called What's the Problem? So this should be interesting. Going off from Friday's video, we're going to see what happens in this one, and it looks like Joe and Weber are getting into it again, so it's probably a good thing that Kevin and Yates isn't here right now, so I know they're not in this video. So with that being said, let's get into this reaction.
Look, can we just go down there and talk like adults instead of standing here acting like little kids?
I can act like an adult.
I think you're right, Larry.
Yeah, I definitely can act like an adult.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Well, you're not acting like adults right now.
He's not acting like an adult. I'm acting like an adult.
What is this, dude? Why is it always that? Why?
Because that's the way you make it every single time.
about?
No, you make it the same way. It is.
You're making it right now.
No, look at you.
You're doing it.
Calm your hand down, Mr. MacGyver.
Because you gotta stop.
Yeah, you got a special hand there?
I don't have a special
Look,
hand.
just let's go down there and talk, okay? Just sit down, just
sorry.
stop talking
All
now,
right.
and we'll go talk.
All right. After you, madame.
See, just like what you said just then. That's what I'm saying. Can't you just stop talking and just come down here and sit down for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at marriage counseling or something right now.
Oh my God, Larry, what you just said, but I don't blame him. This Joe versus Weber thing is getting kind of old. This has been going since Weber first showed up on the channel. When was that? End of 2018? I mean, yeah, something needs to change with this.
All right, Dr. Phil, let's see what you got.
I wish I could talk like him right now. I really would.
That would be cool, right?
Yeah. I mean,
That was actually pretty
I got pretty much the hairstyle for it.
You do. Well, you need. I think his beard's darker. He probably colors.
He has a beard?
He has facial hair, mustache.
Okay.
Look, there's things about Weber that bug you, right?
100%.
And then I'm sure there's things about Joe that bug you. So I think if we could just sit down right now, have a normal conversation, and we can figure out what's bothering you, both of you guys, and how we can each actually work. And if you got anything towards me, tell me. And we can all work on something and try to be better and get along better. Instead of acting like little kids, we can actually be like adults.
Keep on this adult thing out there.
Joe, I mean, it seems like little kids in the schoolyard yelling at each other.
I understand what you're saying, and
And
I
I'm not just
understand.
saying on your part, I'm saying on both parts, okay?
Yeah, but you're looking right at me. It feels like you're saying.
I'm saying on both parts, okay?
All right.
I'm just saying, I think sometimes you take some things that just because I'm looking at you doesn't mean I'm just talking about you.
You're right. I do.
All right, so look, I'm going to give you a chance to just say what is bothering you about Weber, right? And Weber, please don't say anything while he's talking.
No problem.
Right? And then Weber, I'm going to give you the chance to say what's bothering you about Joe. And then Joe, please don't say anything then, okay? All right, so Joe, what is it that...
Yes, Larry.
No, I'm trying to be serious. Like,
Yeah, no, I get it, but you're making it weird. Sorry. No, you're doing the right thing. No, we have to do this. Let's just get it out. I'm sorry. I'm anxious in there.
What is it about Weber that really bothers you so much?
I mean, his presence when he's around. I just feel like that he's always coming at me in a certain kind of way. He's very condescending to me. He talks down to me.
Condescending. I've heard Joe use that word on Weber before. He said that a bunch back then. I've heard him say that word relating to Weber in a while, so. But yeah, I'm not the one that's sick of these two button heads, though. Everyone needs to get along. I mean, Yates and Kevin aren't there right now because of this drama, so. And I know we'll probably learn more about that threatening letter that they got. So we'll have to find out what that's about, but obviously that's not going to be today. But no, these two need to hash it out. It's getting old with Joe and Weber going at each other like this, you know. Because I want Kevin to be at the lunch, and while Yates is still in Jersey, I want him to come out too. But they won't, as long as these two are button heads. Kevin even said so himself like a week or two ago on a video on this channel.
He feels like he's better than I am, and he's very calculated in the things that he does and when he does it. Like, I think he does things on purpose at a certain time to get me worked up. Like, he knows me, and he wants to use that against me.
Okay, is that it?
No, but we don't have time for everything. So that's a good start.
All right. Well, all right. So, okay, Weber. Now, what is it about Joe that bothers you?
Well, Larry, I feel he's just as condescending as I am. I mean, we're a bunch of guys here always busting each other's stones and everything, trying to have fun. But the one thing that really gets at me is that he seems to be calculative about when he does his diva thing and he flies off the handle and says, it's always me and I'm always doing this and always... Man, why? Why does he gotta always steal the show? We're just here having fun and it drives me nuts, Larry.
Okay, did you want to counter now? Go ahead.
Well, I think this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's weird that I'm also condescending and I'm also calculated.
Let's not get loud. Let's just try to...
I think it's weird, Larry, that I'm
that's
also
just weird the way you're talking right now.
And I'm also calculated, or whatever you said it was, calculator, or calculative, whatever word you made up. I feel like he's just, all I'm saying, everything I say, he's just reversing it back on me, and then making me look like I'm the bad guy. I think that's all he does. And it's very aggravating because nobody else seems to see but me.
Okay. Do you have a rebuttal for that?
That's kind of like gaslighting. Like if you're always saying that I'm always trying to do that, but I'm not. Like I said, Joe. Everybody was talking during everybody's backswings, but you had to just explode.
It wasn't the talking during swings. It was the clucking like a freaking chicken. No.
That was funny.
It was not funny, dude.
Did you do that on purpose, or?
100% he did.
Oh, okay.
Even Tom said he saw it.
I wanted to just hear it out of his mouth.
Absolutely. We're just having fun.
Interests me.
I didn't think a backyard golf game would mean that much to you, Joe.
But to me, though, why wouldn't you do it to Kevin? Why? I'm sorry.
I talked during everybody's backswing.
No, you didn't cluck during anybody else's backswing.
I didn't cluck during anybody's backswing. And that was funny. I'm sorry. I think that's funny.
Anybody else back? Why is it funny? But why me? Do it to Larry and see if it's funny. Do it to Kevin and think it's funny. Why me? Because I feel like when you compile things,
we were all doing
over and over. We weren't all doing it. That's the issue that I have.
I feel like.
Yeah. So I want to add in a little opinion here. Also, for those of you watching this reaction, if you guys know what the term gaslighting means, please tell me in the comments, because my friend William used that term too with Cat PK7 doing that to him, but I don't fully understand that term because that term's relatively new to me, and I just don't know the full meaning. But no, Weber talks about busting each other's balls, boys just being boys, stuff like that, but in the last couple of years, it seems like Weber mainly does that with Joe. He doesn't really do that with Larry or Kevin or Gags or anyone that are doing these challenges with him. Stone, Ron, whatever, everybody that we've seen on the channel the last couple of years. But so that is something I do need to bring up real quick as well. So, anyways, let's continue.
When you compile things about me, it's every see, he's doing this. He's
exactly
doing
what
this.
I'm talking about. Everything I say is
Okay, one at a time, because I think now we're getting into a thing where you're both talking at the same time.
My bad.
Follow.
Go ahead, finish your statement.
Joe, I really you do things on purpose, and that's my point. Okay, you don't have to go nuts. You've been around a bunch of dudes before who bust stones. You don't have to take offense of every little thing I say.
I do have to say that it offends you more when he busts your stones
100%.
than if I did or if Kevin did.
Point. And I tried to wrap it down, and I tried to enjoy the rest of the evening, and it was fine. But he says certain comments, and he does it over and over again. It's like you poke the bear one time, maybe he'll ignore it. You poke it again, maybe he'll ignore it. You poke it again, eventually he's going to freak the hell out and rip your head off.
Calm down.
I mean, that's what it comes down to eventually, though, right? Am I wrong?
Hey, you don't poke the bear. I'm sorry. I'll let you talk, but
exactly what I'm talking about. Everything I say.
Well, I mean,
everything I say, he's saying back to me. Do you not see that's what he's doing?
No, I do see. I see what he said, but I mean, I would ask you the same question. Don't you do the same thing that you're accusing him of? I mean, don't you?
Not first.
bust stones on people all the time?
I do, and I was trying to have a great time and trying to just be fun when we were golfing.
Right.
But I feel like that he puts the knife in the side and he twists it, and he twists it some more, and he twists it until you get a reaction. Like he'll stop, once you get a reaction, he'll stop, like, oh, what are you reacting for? Well, you lit a fire under my foot, I'm not going to move my foot? Oh, that's so weird that you moved your foot up, there's a fire underneath there. But he lights the fire every time, and then he'll build it bigger and bigger until you react to it. I didn't react the first hole, I didn't react the second hole until he clucked, then he had to do it again on the third hole. Until I react, and then you're like, oh, look at him, he's such a bad guy. What a douche.
You know, Joe, just like when we were playing ping pong.
Don't worry, talking to you. I don't know why he keeps on saying you know Joe.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
tell me.
He can't help himself. Sorry.
Just like when we were playing ping pong, when he couldn't handle losing. It's like where everybody plays games, everybody wins, everybody loses, but he can't lose to me. He can't lose to me.
I don't know. I'll just go in his defense a little bit here.
Yeah.
I don't think Joe can lose to anybody. He's very competitive in all the games. He doesn't
And
like
we saw that in the golf game.
you know.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being competitive. Also, Weber, I'm not sure what you're on about. I remember that ping pong challenge with you and Joe going against each other. You guys were actually butting heads too much in that challenge. I noticed that. But I do remember the little whole golfing thing that happened a little over a week ago at this point, as far as the video uploads are concerned. So, but I just want us to see these two start to get along, you know, because they've always butt heads and all that, and Weber was being kind of fishy when he first appeared on the channel. When he finally got caught, we didn't see him for a little bit, so.
You're
He
very
was
competitive.
losing.
I don't think
He had to pitch a fit.
I won the freaking golf game. What the hell are you talking
Yeah,
about?
after you
Sorry.
had an
What the hell are you
absolute
talking about? I won the
conniption.
golf game.
After he had an absolute conniption.
Well,
and
he-
made it awkward for everybody.
Because he couldn't shut his mouth.
But
Nobody had a problem, Joe.
oh God, I don't think he had a problem because he
No.
wasn't winning, because he was winning the whole thing. I think his problem was different than that. I think his problem was more that you tripping over stuff. You were saying stuff on his swing and messing him up in it because he was winning. I don't think it was that you. I mean, well, I guess we were all kind of close together at that point. He wasn't really winning. We were all.
No, yeah, I don't care. I mean, look, I don't like. Who likes losing? Nobody likes losing.
I don't mind losing.
This is what I'm talking about.
Well, is that the problem? Is it just when we're doing a challenge or something?
It's no matter what I say, he's got to be the opposite. He should wear a shirt that says Mr. Opposite.
And you don't do the same
You
thing.
want a cape and some tights too? Go with it.
No capes. Super.
But I mean, like, so
Don't wear
what?
capes.
Excuse me. For you guys to get along better, what would Weber have to change that you would be okay with?
Every way he interacts with me, he has changed.
Everything? Does he
Majority.
talk different to you than he does to me or
Yes.
or Kevin?
Joe, you're gonna have to be more specific than that, because Slayer wants to fix this and make sure everybody gets along. You just saying everything isn't really helping the case. I'm just gonna say that now. I'm not really taking either side here, because they both have had negative responses that shouldn't have happened. So I'm in the Larry Science Discord, and even some of them are a little irritated with these two fighting, you know? And Larry is too. I mean, Larry was heated when this video started. So, anyways, let's continue.
I think he does.
Or Tom?
I think he does. Yes.
Really?
In my opinion, I feel like that he does.
Well, that's funny, because in my opinion, I feel like you talk to me different than you talk to everyone else.
It's funny, Larry, because in my opinion, I 100% do talk to him differently than I do everybody else, because he pisses me the hell off all the time.
Sheesh.
But
Well,
see-
you don't piss me off until you.
So aren't you? That's what I'm saying. Is like you're accusing him of the same thing that he's saying that you do. So can you change?
Yeah.
Can you stop talking to him the way differently than what you talk to all of us?
What I can, but what bothers me is the fact that if he doesn't change, then it's like he won. And he won a battle because then everybody looks and sees me as a bad guy and him being the right guy. I'm admitting I'm wrong. I'm changing because I'm admitting I'm wrong. That's how it's coming. That's how I feel it's going to be.
So it's like a competition. I mean, you're just basically made it like a competition. Like, in other words, like winning or losing. I mean, I don't understand.
I just want people to see my side.
I'm willing to change, Larry.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm asking you, Joe. It's like I'm not asking you about winning or losing because it shouldn't be a game, right? Like,
It's a game of life, bro. There's always winners and losers.
it's not a competition. Life's not a competition. We should be all getting along. That's the problem with some people's perspective on life, is that it's a competition. It should be where we all just try to get along, right?
I love getting along with people. You know that about me. I don't like fighting.
But for some reason, he's bugging you, right? And for some reason, you're bugging him. And I kind of feel like you guys are bugging each other, and you're for the same reasons.
It comes down to the fact that I think that he's purposely bugging me to get me riled up. That's how I
Are
feel.
you doing any of it on purpose?
I'm not doing anything.
I feel like
And who's at the door now? I knew the video was going to end there because I saw it 10 minutes, like just a short bit ago. But I really hope that things resolve, and we'll see if things get better between Joe and Weber, because it's them butting heads why Kevin doesn't want to come out anymore. So, and I like seeing Kevin in the videos too. I mean, he's been around on the channel for years now. Same with Weber. I just don't want anything to change. I just want everyone to get along. When it's the normal, what I would consider the normal four, Larry, Joe, Weber, and Kevin, I like seeing those videos, but I mean, like something happening lately, so but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I just gotta comment on a video. I'm not sure what it means though. But yeah, stay tuned for the next one, and yeah. Let's see what happens next with Weber and Joe. And in the next video, we'll find out who's at the door. Could be Dr. Smoke, could be one of the Ridgeways, could be, I don't know, who knows. We'll have to figure it out.